Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning into the Let's Talk Purity podcast with Brittni and Richard De La Mora. This podcast is brought to you by Edifi.app, so be sure to download Edifi.app in your app store to just be able to check out all of the incredible Christian podcasts. They've been adding some new ones lately. Hello, our friend Joshua Broom just got a new podcast. You guys got to go check it out. It's incredible. You don't want to miss out on Edifi.app. So today I'm very excited, but also come with a heavy heart to share this topic because the reason why this particular topic is on our heart, it's just talking about is porn empowering? I had a very, very close friend that I've remained close friends with years after leaving the porn industry. And she's been a dear friend of me, and she just lost her life. And, she had hated the porn industry like many men and women in the industry do, but she felt stuck just like many of the men and women in the industry do. And even when I was in the porn industry, I felt stuck. I didn't feel like I could actually leave that industry behind because I had a drug addiction, because I didn't know if I'd ever find another job after doing porn for 7 years of my life. I had nothing on my resume. And this is the case for so many different performers in the industry, but they'll never tell you that. See, if you're a porn fan and you're following them on Instagram, you see their highlight reel, you see their performance, you see them by their stage name, you see them smiling and, pretending to enjoy everything that they do, but that is not reality. That is just a fantasy. And so I was devastated because my friend had expressed, a lot. She shared a lot with me over the years, and, she was battling with depression, but she had quit the porn industry and she was living in sober living, and she was doing better, but she just never fully got free. The pain of doing porn, the pain of drug addiction, it remained with her. And so sadly, she's not here today. And that I've lost sleep over that because she was a dear friend of me, and that came as quite a shock. So sorry guys, this is real life, it hurts my heart. And so today, it really bothers me because there's so many people on the internet that watch pornography and they say things like, well, there's nothing wrong with the fact that I watch porn because, these women say that it empowers them. These men say that it empowers them. They get to explore their sexuality. They get to do things and live a life that maybe they never would have got to live had it not been for porn. But that is a lie that all the performers tell because just like me, just like my good friend, they feel stuck in this business. And so I started looking up just porn star deaths. And if this is an industry that is so empowering, why are so many performers dying of suicide, drug overdose, even murders, and AIDS? Yet supposedly this industry empowers them, right? But so many of them are losing their lives. And this is an industry that has a very high death rate, a very high early death rate. So before the age of 30, as I was going through, and you can do a simple Google search to just look up porn star deaths, and it'll show you all of them. And it's insane the amount of men and women that died at the age of 19, the age of 20. Literally, I've been out of the industry. So I've been out of the industry for 10 years, and I've lost at least 2 handfuls of friends, at least 10 people that I was close to when I was in that business. And so today I just want to debunk this lie with you, love, that porn's it's not empowering. And you kind of before your Jesus days were in the entertainment industry. And so I feel like the entertainment industry and porn kind of go hand in hand, where there's this lie that Hollywood tells, there's this lie that the porn industry tells that everything's perfect in their lives. Yeah. But that's so far from the truth. It's it's this performance based kind of thing. And I don't know, you've met some people from the industry, you've met people that have left, and you've heard stories, and my story. What do you think about the porn industry?
Well, first off, our dearest condolences to your friend Raven Bay. I personally never met her, but I know you and her were close. You guys were in close communication with her. You've known her for a great while, and I think it's so just heartbreaking to be able to hear something like that.
I've had sleepovers with her.
Yeah.
I've gone in and done sleepovers at her house. And
Absolutely. And I just think as you were talking, I see things in 2 different ways, right? People who watch porn, why do they watch porn? to escape from something, right? You're escaping from reality. You're escaping the fact that, you know, you don't want to deal with your anxiety, your stress, or you want to find a way to relieve yourself, right? So porn is an escape. But then let's think about why porn stars get into the industry, why women and men get in the industry. Well, they're trying to, what? Like,
fill a void. It's
right?
An escape. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. So they're both escapes, but they don't lead to anywhere.
Yeah, they don't lead to freedom.
Our freedom. And I just think that we need to reveal and unveil these things, because if not, you'll just start to see people as, you know, oh, they're just a product for my entertainment. I'm just basically using them, you know, to do what I need to do, but not really think about the heart of this person. But someone might be listening right now and say, well, why are they doing it in the first place? You know, like, you know, why
are you watching in the first place?
Yeah.
It's just like you said, for the people that are watching, men and women that watch porn, it's some sort of an escape. There's a void that they're trying to fill. The same thing. Like when people say, why'd you get into porn? I got into porn because I was so broken and I was so insecure that here was an industry where it didn't matter what I did. All I had to do was take my clothes off and people would praise me. Yeah. People would affirm me. And I was so starving for affirmation that I bought into the lie that was quote unquote love.
Absolutely.
But that is not love. If somebody's going to praise you because you're not wearing any clothes, like that's not love, that's lust. Yeah. And so it's like so many people get into the business and they have like severe stories of brokenness, you know, molestation, rape, abused by parents, abused by an ex,
absentee of
beat
parents.
over the head, absentee, like not having parents around, being beat over the head with a Bible, saying they're going to go to hell, so they might as well just, you know, do whatever I want. And it's everybody that gets into that industry has a story of brokenness.
Yeah. You know, when it came to your life, like, let's just be honest here. I mean, not everybody has Brittni's story, right?
Oh, that breaks my heart.
And that it's heartbreaking. I mean, babe,
I want everyone to have
and you know the
story where they can overcome porn.
Absolutely. And I know for someone like you have jumped so many hurdles. I mean, I can name endless stories of the things that you had to battle with, right? Say if entertainer's watching today and she's like, Brittni, or he's like, how did you do it? Like, what are some couple of key things in your life that helped you to be able to move forward and to be able to conquer, you know, going back to your past?
So one thing is that I literally hated my sin so much. I hated what it was doing to me. I hated what it was doing to the heart of God after I read a scripture that changed my life. That's the reason why I quit the porn industry. Yeah. I hated what it was doing to other people because I knew that I was leading people into sexual sin. And I hated waking up every morning feeling so suicidal and so depressed that when I finally took the step of faith to quit the porn industry, there was nothing that was going to make me want to go back the second time around. Yeah. The first time around when I quit, I kept my Twitter open. I was talking to all my old porn fans. Hello, that was so dumb because you have to want to change so badly that you are willing to erase all of the reminders of your past. Absolutely. So the second time around that I quit, I wanted it so badly that I deleted hundreds of thousands of followers off Instagram, off Twitter, off Facebook. I deleted those things because I needed a fresh start. I changed my number. I didn't tell anybody that I was quitting. I didn't make a big announcement. Yeah. And I had to do that because I knew that if I kept the door open to my past, when hard times came, I would go back. Yeah. And so that's a word for anybody.
Yeah, it's like if for the porn consumer as well.
Yeah. If you are trying to transition out of that life or trying to transition from you want to stop watching porn, you need to get rid of everything that could be a temptation for you. So guess what? Bye-bye iPhone. Yeah. Goodbye Android. Yeah. Goodbye laptop. Yeah. I know this is harsh, but this is what you have to do. Literally, I had a flip phone. Yeah. Do you remember that when you first met me in church? I had like a little, like, it was like, you know, what they'd call a burner phone, but it wasn't intentionally a burner phone. It was all that I could afford, but I didn't get to go on the internet. Yeah. So it's like all of these things I was doing, because I was broke, but also because I knew I needed it.
Absolutely.
You know, and so there were things that I had to do I had to get rid of all the reminders of my past. Another thing was I had to humble myself. Yeah. See, even though I left that industry broke because I had a pimp the last 3.5 years that I was in the business. So I left that industry with my last check, which was $1,500.
Yeah.
Woo, you know, like that's not going to get you very far in life, especially in California. So I had to humble myself. I went from making over $30,000 a month to $11 an hour because I didn't have a resume.
Yeah, that right there is hard.
Most people aren't willing to do that.
Yeah.
Most women and men that I talk to in the industry, they are willing to suffer silently. They're willing to commit suicide.
Yeah.
They're willing to take so many drugs that they end up overdosing to avoid having to humble themselves. Well, because I couldn't never make it with $11 an hour. I hear this all the time. You had to live with your dad. You were paying $400 rent. Yeah, honey, I had to do whatever it took.
It was your life, or
I was determined because I knew that if I didn't leave that industry behind, I would have ended up like many of the other women and men that are in the business, dead.
Absolutely. I just think that's so empowering to know because, for some of you who are battling with this, especially when it comes to the poor consumer and the person in the industry, babe, the first thought to come to their head is like, I can't do this. Like, there is no light at the end of the tunnel, and to hear people like your story, our good friend Joshua Broom's story, when we hear stories like this, guys, these stories are a reminder that if God is faithful to Brittni, God is like faithful to our friend Joshua, he's going to be faithful to you. God loves us all, and you have to understand that. But it really takes you to really set those clear boundaries and really wanting to move forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And for those people who don't know Joshua Broom, we've had him on our show on Let's Talk Purity podcast. And he's an ex-porn star as well. God has radically changed his life. He was voted Male Performer of the Year, which is like the hugest accolade in that porn industry. And he didn't even show up that day, right? Because he was depressed and suicidal. But God has radically transformed his life. He's married. He's a pastor. Great man of God. And so there is hope. Yeah. Like, if you want to leave the industry behind, if you want to stop watching pornography, you can do it. We've paved the way. We're showing you that it can be done, that if an ex-porn star can leave that business and practice purity and live the abundant life that Jesus Christ has for us, you can do it too. Absolutely.
And, guys, you might feel like, man, I'm all alone doing this. Like, I have nobody here to help. But the reality is we're here to help you, Babe, what is our email for?
hello@lovealwaysministries.com.
If you're battling with pornography or if you're battling in the industry, we want to help you. That's one of our big goals and big visions for next year, right? One of our big goals and big visions is to help people who are in the adult industry. We want to go to conventions and set up booths and pray for people, give out Bibles, and help people. One of our big goals for Love Always next year is to go out and help people. Why? Because people are suffering. People are struggling. And friend, we want to tell you here today that we have your back. If you are battling, if you are struggling with anything, please let us know, because we want to be a help to you. And I just think sometimes too, babe, the thought of like people who struggle with help, especially you talked about it, is humility, right? I know for me, a lot of people will say, man, Rich, I would have reached out to you, but you're so busy. And I dislike that with the passion, because that is such a cop-out. You could reach out and we will reach out to you. Like, if you want help, right?
Yeah, you need to reach out.
You need to reach out to people. So guys, we just hope in this podcast that this really helped you and moved you, because, we were moved by, Brittni's dear friend Raven. And for us in our hearts, we don't want that to happen. We want to do whatever it takes for us to go out there and to be a blessing. And you know what's so cool, babe? Talking about Raven, I remember she was in need of clothes and stuff, and right?
Yeah, so I was going to talk about that too. It's like we started our ministry, Love Always Ministries, 8 months ago, and we have helped 4 different performers through spiritual counsel, mentorship, financial support, clothing, whatever it is that they've needed. That is what our ministry is available to do. So we're able to do that because of people who give their donations, and we put all of our book sales into the ministry. Like, my husband and I aren't even taking a salary from our ministry. We just want to give back. And so, there was a time when Raven, when she was in sober living, she's like, I only have one t-shirt because and a pair of shorts, because in trying to get sober, she lost everything. She had to forfeit her whole apartment, her dog, everything. She literally lost everything.
Yeah.
So we sent her some clothes that would be comfortable during summer. We sent her our book. We're available for her, just supporting her in every way that we can. And then there was another woman that moved to the East Coast that we've helped as well. She had a baby. She was in the porn industry as well. So we were helping her, and a couple other women that I helped through just spiritual counsel and being on the phone with them and praying for them and encouraging them. So, I mean, and we've done this in only 8 months of ministry. So like, this is a ministry that you could truly buy into. Like, if you have it on your heart and this is a ministry that you want to support, you can trust that we are going to be helping people. That is our goal in life. Like, we love people. My husband and I both have our own stories of brokenness, and we just want to see people walk in the fullness of God. And so, we will be helping people in the porn industry, and it's our hope. We've helped 4 in 8 months. We want to help even more.
Absolutely.
We want to expand on that. We also want to help the porn consumer, which is why we created a porn course that's going to be out in January for men and women. It's called Search, Stop Searching, and Start Living. And we're going to help people overcome addictions to porn too. So we have a huge heart for the consumer and also for the porn star, the porn addict, and the porn star. And we want to help both. So you can head to our ministry. It's lovealwaysministries.com/donate if you want to give today, if you want to support us. We can't do what we do without you. We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We tithe into our ministry money that we make outside of ministry because we really believe in this ministry. We believe in what God is doing through this ministry. And so if you want to be a part of that, if you want to support and get behind that, visit our website. It's lovealwaysministries.com.
Hey guys, my name is Richard.
And I'm Brittni.
And we want to say thank you so much for partnering with us right here at lovealwaysministries.com.
We can't do what we do without you. 100% of your donations go towards creating online and tangible resources so that we can help people discover God's love and lead a life of purity. We love you guys so much, and we're so grateful for you. And as our donors, we want to be praying for you. So we're already praying for you, but if you have any specific prayer requests, please send us an email with your requests at hello@lovealwaysministries.com so that we can join you in praying for you. We love you, and we just pray God's blessing and favor over your life.